Welcome back to the Two Mics Podcast, the trillest pod that has ever been casted. My name is Jordan Rideau, your host, and I am so excited that you decided to join us. Wherever you're watching or listening from, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button, go on ahead and hit that like button, rate this channel, rate this podcast. Hey girl.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You looking cute?
Thank you.
Looking great?
Thank you.
I wanted to kind of do a little icebreaker, a little questionnaire
Okay,
type
right.
situation. So we're just going to kind of get into it.
Put me on the spot
I'll
a little
ask
bit.
you a question, okay?
Okay.
And then based off of that question, we'll get an answer. If you get the answer right, you get a point.
Okay.
And then vice versa. So I'll ask a question, and then you ask a question, and then go back and forth. Whoever
Okay.
has the most out of the question that we have right here wins.
Are we asking each other the same question?
Can I same question?
Okay, so
Gotta
it's
be
a different question.
Different question each time. You ready?
And I'm trying to guess your answer.
Yeah. So I'll ask you a question.
Okay.
And then you guess that answer to the question. If you guess it right, then you win.
Okay. Well, we've
Ready?
only been married since February, so
Both been married since February,
I only know anything about you since then.
but I feel like you're so in love with me that you know so much about me. I could be wrong. Here we go.
We'll see.
Easy question.
All right.
What is my full? What's the right way I'm looking for? What is my full government name?
Full government name.
Yes.
Byron Matthew Rideau II.
That's good. Come on, let's give it a round of applause. That's really good. Come on. Yeah. You got the second in there too?
Yes.
It's pretty good.
I did all of our paperwork, so if I don't know that much,
Who am I named after?
I'm in trouble. You are named after your dad's brother who passed away
Wow.
when he was younger.
Yes.
Yes, his
And
name was Byron Matthew.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come
There
on.
we go. That's why
really
you're
good.
the second.
That's why I'm not a junior.
That's why you're not a junior, because it's
second.
not your dad,
It's not my dad.
but it's your dad's brother who passed away, so
Yes.
it makes you a second.
Bada bing, bada boom. Good job,
So
babe.
that's 2 points, right? Because
That
one for the
is
name,
two.
and then you asked me who was after.
2 points.
2 points. I just need to
points.
get a good head start.
That's good.
Okay.
All right. Your turn.
All right, so I can pick from this
You
list.
pick from the list. Yep.
All right. Okay, I guess I'll start you off easy since you kind of gave me an easy one.
Okay.
This is something that I know I have said. Okay. What are my parents' names?
Your parents' names. No, I don't know their middle names.
Yes,
Okay.
that's fine.
Brian and Shannon Horn.
Woo!
Come on.
Yes.
Wow. Yes. What is my favorite food?
Your favorite food?
And if you don't get this, I'm joking. It's
Street tacos
wow.
and Little Bros Burgers. It's your favorite Detroit food that we have to monitor.
Wow. We do have to monitor that. It's pretty good. Yeah.
What did you have said?
Honestly,
What were you thinking?
if I'm being honest, I don't know.
Okay.
So I
said things that
I
you
was
liked.
more wondering about what you were gonna answer.
Okay.
So, but that's pretty good. I
That's
do
fine.
love street tacos, and Little Bros is a staple in my belly
Okay.
that I need to probably remove. You're doing really good.
Okay, well, I will ask, what food do I hate? And neither one of us are picky eaters. So
Yeah.
there's not a lot of things that we hate. But I know I have mentioned that I don't like this food because, I'll give you a hint.
Please give me a hint.
Because I feel like on things, they overpower the taste.
Oh, onions.
Close.
Wait. Garlic.
No.
Wait.
No.
Olives.
Yes.
It's olives.
Olives. Olives. You were close with onions. O and O.
Yeah.
But yes. So you got it in the third try.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, so
Garlic?
I don't know why. I know like onions is another one that you're like I'd prefer it not. So that was a close second.
Yes.
You prefer it not, but if it's on there, it's whatever.
Yes.
But olives, you're like a definite throw it out, which I like olives. So
yes.
Yeah.
It's because I can do like a cooked onion
Mm.
on something because I feel like the flavors help.
she likes
But-
a cooked onion.
Yes.
Sauteed.
The olives and the raw onions, I feel like whatever they're on kind of overpower
That
whatever
makes
you're
sense.
eating.
That makes sense.
And then your breath just smells like that. And
Yeah.
it's just, the whole day is ruined.
It's really good. This is a great question. What is my biggest pet peeve?
Your biggest pet peeve?
Yeah. Because I have a list.
Right. Yeah. People not communication. Oh, and also you don't like people to touch the bottom of your feet.
That's more of an annoyance.
Okay.
Because
I mean, there's not a lot of people coming by touching the bottom of your feet.
Communication. Yeah. That's a great... Wow.
That's mine. So
Are you the love of my life?
I just said it for you too.
That's really good because it's very true, because I feel like communication is key. And I think that we've talked about this. I don't think a lot of people really know how to communicate very well, at least.
Yes.
And so being able just to be straight up with people and say, like, this is how it is, straight up, tell me like it is. People don't really do that very often.
Were you going to say something else that was your biggest pet peeve? You had something else in mind?
It had to do with people, I'm sure. So, yeah. Not that I don't like people, but usually because we're in the business.
Or maybe when people say they're going to do something they don't, or they say they're going to be there and then they don't show up.
Yeah.
I know that kind of irks you a little bit.
I think it's, which we talked about this on this channel, just the 110% of what we do in our life.
The effort.
I think it's the lack of effort. It's probably my biggest pet peeve. Yeah. Which communication is a part of that, because you're not communicating. Henceforth, you thought you could give the bare minimum in whatever situation.
What is my biggest fear?
Biggest fear.
Now I feel like
talk to me.
Most people have like deep biggest fears that are like emotional or life fears. Mine are just
like snakes.
General basic fears.
Yeah, I just feel like creepy crawlers you don't really like, even though you grew up in the South, so like you don't mind a spider, but like a snake or something like that. Like you had a dream about a snake one time.
What is your answer before I answer? Because I do have a specific. I know I've said this as well. My biggest fear is being what?
Is
blank.
Being. Let's say it at the same time. Ready?
Okay.
3.
My biggest fear is that.
Guys, so this is our garage, and there's definitely a squirrel of some sort just hovering. Sorry. Squirrels.
Yes. No, my biggest fear is not squirrels.
Okay, here we go. Same time. Ready?
Okay,
3, 2, 1.
Being attacked by a shark or a snake.
Oh my God. I forgot about the shark thing because we argued about this, and I was like, how common would that be for you to be attacked by a shark?
Yes. Here's the thing, though. I don't not like sharks, and I don't not like snakes.
Which is also weird.
Like, I will go into exhibits, zoos, whatever, and honestly, I would even go scuba diving,
right?
And you know, put myself out there to be attacked by a shark. But the fear of actually, so I'm not scared of snakes and sharks. I'm scared of them sneaking up on me in their own habitat and attacking me.
What is something that always cheers me up when I'm sad? What is something that always cheers you up? No, wait. Yeah, what is something that always cheers me up when I'm sad?
Cheers you up when you're sad?
Yeah, girl.
I haven't seen you sad a lot.
It's very true.
Since we've been married. Going to play basketball. Basketball cheers you up.
Letting out endorphins.
Yes. So that's like working out. That, you know, that's obvious. I think I would hope myself, maybe attention from me. Like my undivided attention, loving on you, giving you attention, being intentional.
Words of affirmation.
Yes. Building you back up.
I sound like a preschooler.
Yes. I think would cheer you up when you're sad.
Okay. That's pretty good.
A cheeseburger, some ice cream.
Okay. Now we're just...
That's an unhealthy habit, but it would cheer you up.
You've gotten a lot of points just off of this answer.
Okay, sorry.
But this is very true.
Okay. I have a question for you now.
Okay.
That was asked.
Okay.
How did you know Jordan was the one for you?
Oh.
Talk nice to me.
I will talk. Let me talk nice, girl. Honestly, I would say that I did have help with comparing. I was able to see what I went through and knowing that I definitely didn't want that. So I think I went the complete opposite. That was first, which was great because instead of, and this isn't to knock anybody or whatever, but you know, I wanted somebody that was selfless. I wanted somebody that was caring. I wanted somebody that would be a true ride or die. I knew you were the one because the Bible says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. So I was looking for my good thing, but the The caveat is when a man finds a wife. So you weren't a wife when I made you a wife. You were a wife when I found you.
Right.
And I believe that you were already operating in wifehood.
Right. When
I found you. You were already operating in Proverbs 31 when I found you. That's the hard part that I feel like with some relationships and some people that have DM'd us or that have messaged us and asking about relationships. And I'm like, but you're not a wife. You're not operating a wife, or even you're not a husband. You're not operating in what you're supposed to be operating in. And so I feel like I knew that you were the one for me because you were the wife that I always looked for. And you were that when I found you. And so it was a no-brainer to make you mine. So
that's beautiful, honey. Thank you. I think that's great. I think that, like, you hit the nail on the head. If you want to be, I think there's a difference, especially with women. Mm-hmm. A lot of women are selfless, but marriage takes daily dying. Yeah. So I could be selfless.
Takes 110, girl.
Yeah, I could be selfless, once or twice a week, or when my friends need me, or things like that. But I still enjoy being single too. Right. So you get to go back and forth between those two things. Well, when you get married, the selflessness is a daily dying to myself in the morning, every day, every morning, for Byron's needs, Byron's benefits, for the betterment of my husband, because that's what I'm telling you to do, and that's what what I think. It's what the word says. Right. And so that's why it says marriage. The word also says marriage is not for everyone, and that's not a knock to you. If you do not desire to be married, or you don't desire to kind of live that life, it's not a knock to you. Honestly, Paul said, if you can stay single, stay single.
When did you know that Byron was the one for you? Did God tell you?
Well, when I was 5, no, I'm kidding. I think I kind of touched on this on Instagram. I don't kind of know if there was a moment where I was like, oh, he's definitely the one. I also don't believe that there's like the one.
I agree.
For everybody. I think that could be compatible with a lot of different people.
For sure.
And you can make it work with a lot of different people.
Right.
I think it comes down to, like I said, compatibility, timing, purpose, and destiny.
Yeah.
So when I look at a guy, and he may be an amazing guy, but I know what my giftings are, and I know what I'm kind of called to do. Yeah. And I have a hunch for that. I'm looking at where he says he's going in his life, and I'm trying to see if I fit there.
Right.
How would I, as a wife, the Bible says I'm your helpmate.
Right.
So if I don't see, if you share with me the vision that God's put in your heart, and I don't really know how I could be a help to that, then it may not be the one. Not saying that you're not a good guy. Right. You may be a great guy.
Right.
For me, it was also I was honestly a little turned off when we first started kind of doing this thing, because, and I will admit, selfishly, I had prayed for several years to be a wife. Yeah. Like, I had done all the right things, like I was waiting. Yeah. I was not like dating around either, those kinds of things. And now, for once in my life, there's this
broken,
amazing guy.
This guy is old and busted.
No, I was like, there's this amazing guy that is an amazing husband, yet he comes with this, like, not like past baggage, but like current baggage. Yeah. He comes with this situation.
It's a good word for it. Like,
he comes with this situation, and so honestly,
airplane full of baggage, just being like, love me.
Honestly, I couldn't really decide in that moment if it was, okay, this situation and this kind of thing that comes with him, is it just a distraction and something that's trying to get me caught up in another cycle, right? Or is it something that I'm going to be tested to have faith for? Yeah. And so I think that was my biggest thing. I think the Lord was like, okay, because I had been praying for years, like, God, I honor marriage. I believe in marriage. I honor it. I honor covenant. And now here's this guy who is separated, not yet divorced, but separated. Yeah. And the Lord's like, do you honor marriage?
Right.
And so I think that was the hardest season for me as a woman and as a believer. You have to honor that covenant until they are divorced. And so in my head, I had to look at you like, you're not an option.
Right.
You're not an option. You are a married man.
Yeah.
And that's how I had to think in my head to allow myself to stay walking in integrity and walking in righteousness until, my time came if that was going to be the case. And I knew if I waited and we did it right, that the Lord would honor us. I knew that I could probably have it early, and we would have to dig ourselves out of a lot of holes.
Yeah.
And I, for once in my life, decided to stick with wisdom and obey, and the Lord honored us.
Come on. All you need is one time.
All you need is one time. All you need is one time. How do you keep God in the center of your marriage?
We kind of answered this on the Instagram questions a little bit. But I think to keep God in the center of your marriage, you have to keep God in the center of your life. And so, I try my best to keep God in the center of my life. I try to get in my word every day. I try to fill our home with worship, or with the word of some sort. We love listening to your dad, or even to our church, or to a bunch of different pastors. So I try my best, but I think it's keeping God in the center of your life first. God can't be the center of your marriage and not be the center of your life. He can't be the center of your life in marriage if he's not the center of your conversation, or if he's not the center of what you do. Like, your marriage is so much more than just the relationship. Like, it is everything in one big basket. And so if God isn't in the center of that, then he won't be in the center of your marriage. So I feel like it starts there. I think that it starts with your life. It starts with your conversation. It starts with how you even perceive marriage. And then from there, I feel like God will become the center of your marriage.
I agree.
So
well said.
Thank you.
What do you think will be the biggest impact to your relationship with adding the baby? This is our first baby question. I mean, most of the baby questions were, what are we having? When's the due date? Kind of the surface questions, but
none of your business.
This is the first one that kind of has some depth to it. What do you think is going to be the biggest impact to our relationship? Because of adding a newborn.
I think that our conversation is going to change. Because honestly, even now, like, we haven't
discussed this. So
no,
we're
we haven't.
discussing
This is straight
for the
off
first time right now.
We do talk about the baby, but honestly, because you've been feeling a lot better in your second trimester, the baby has not been the primary focus of our everyday life. Even though we say we don't know we're having. So if I say we really don't know we're having yet.
We don't.
Because you've been feeling better, and in the morning, I definitely say in the morning we talk baby. But then honestly, for the rest of the day, it's just, hey, are you feeling good? Are you hungry? And then we come back to night. And then at night, we say baby. And then that's it. So I think our conversation is going to change. Obviously, our time spent together is going to be added with this, this third wheel of a baby. But I think everything is going to change, but then nothing's going to change.
Yeah. I think that it's very important. And I think we're going to start this from the beginning, even with building our family, that our house stays Byron and Jordan. I know a lot of people that get married, and not saying having pictures of your children in your house is wrong. You're going to definitely have pictures of your children in your house, but I know people that got married and their house was full of pictures of them, and then they had children, and you see less pictures of mommy and daddy together, and you just see children all over the place.
There will not be more pictures of our babies than there are of us.
Yes.
So every picture of our child, we will have another picture of us.
Right. Okay.
So.
Cool. I'll write that down. But another thing I think is that our communication level is already at a very solid place. Yeah. And I feel like that.
Wait, what'd you say?
Our communication level. Oh. Okay.
I got you.
I didn't know. I didn't get it until later. Until it was too late.
It's okay. It's all right.
I think it's at a very solid place. And so I think that adding the baby will obviously, talking about a natural routine will change. Like the natural order of the day and our routine of the day will change. But anything that kind of starts to get in the way of our relationship and our dynamic, and even before a baby, we are so good at bringing that up and not letting that sit like dormant. We're so good at bringing up anything that we feel, because we feel very comfortable bringing up hard conversations or tough things. And so I feel like it's only a conversation if you feel like you're being neglected or that we don't spend as much time together and this baby's taking up. You always feel neglected.
I don't.
Look at the camera, dead in the camera, and tell everybody.
It was just funny because
feel neglected.
When you said it, I was like, have I ever felt neglected?
I don't know. If so, you've never brought that up, which we should talk about.
Our communication is just all over the place. I agree. I think that I truly feel like when it comes to the baby, it is something that we've even talked about. It wasn't just, it was a surprise, but it wasn't like that big of a surprise because we said, you know, we wanted to get pregnant and we just kind of thought it was going to happen within this time. We didn't know it was going to be this quick, but and so even that we've communicated that. So I think communication is key. Most
people say that it's not what you say, it's how you said it.
Right.
And so a lot of even great communicators, you're not really a great communicator if you don't know what to say and how to say it.
Yeah.
So there's always room to work in that way because great communicators know exactly what they're trying to say and they know how they need to say it depending on the person they're trying to say it to.
Yeah.
And so
that's my thing is that I don't sometimes I don't know.
I think you're really good at it.
I feel like I've gotten a lot better, but I feel like it's because of saying it and then being like, okay, well, I definitely didn't mean it that way.
Working at it.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So I definitely feel like you have to work at it.
I think you're a great communicator.
Oh, thank you, babe. I do think I'm getting a lot better, so I appreciate it.
Okay.
Last question. Which, by the way, this was great. This was really great. Like, truly, I really enjoyed this.
What are we going to do after this?
Whatever you want to do, girl.
Okay.
You want to go on a date?
I want to go on a date to the couch.
Yes.
Okay.
What does two mites mean to you?
Well, two mites.
Yeah.
I've had the privilege of seeing the back end of two mites. And the conversations. I've been in the room where it happened.
The room.
Yeah. I've been in that room, which that room is only me and you.
It is. It's a small room.
It's not a big room.
No.
But two mites, I think it's just, you know, I think it started mainly in our relationship.
Right.
We decided that we wanted to give all we got first to our marriage or to God, and then to our marriage and our relationship, and then to whatever we're doing, whether we are preaching from a stage, doing a podcast, or whether I'm cleaning my toilet in my home.
We want to give 110.
Yes. I want to always, it's not about what I'm doing. It's about the heart that I have doing it. And so, you know, at first, two mites, I liked it. I thought it was catchy. I think you were kind of on the fence about the word mite.
I love the
termites,
the
bugs.
Story. I loved it all, but the mite part, I just couldn't get past.
Yeah.
But I've learned to love it.
Okay.
Because it's a conversation piece. Because I feel like a lot of people, they're like, "What the heck is a mite?" And so it really helped start it. So I'm glad for it.
But then also, there's nothing about that story that's glamorous.
No, not at all.
Two mites is not like a pretty title.
No.
And neither is the story that we're coming from. And so I feel like the woman gave all that she had that day. She gave more than anybody because she sacrificed.
Yeah.
And so I think that is just our motto for our life and building our family. But no matter like what our kids are into or what they like to do, is that we're going to give everything we got every time we're doing something.
For sure.
We're not going to do it grudgingly or with an attitude or with I'm better than this. We're going to serve and our family's going to serve. And that is what XX mites means to me.
I keep trying to tell her it's just two mites. You don't have to do XX mites. It's just two mites. It's another cool way of saying
it's what two mites means to me.
There you go. That's good. I couldn't agree more. You know, with this story, and I know we talked about it on episode 1 and even episode 2, but this story has been a story that has been so prolific. Yeah, that's the word. Prolific in our life.
Wow.
And thank you. And I think that when it comes to how we view relationships and how we view what we do, I want us to give 110%. And so we can give 100, but let's just give 10 more. And let's give everything that we have and some extra. And so I think that's what this woman did. I think that's what we tried to do. I think that's what we did today on this podcast. So thank you so much. And it was really fun, and I can't wait to have you again. Do you want to do the on-camera kiss now?
We did one, I thought.
Well, I was going to put that in there.
Okay.
No, I'm okay. I can't now. We'll do it after the cameras are gone. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching and for sharing and for subscribing to this channel, the Two Mics Podcast, the truest pod that has ever been casted. And I am so glad for today. This was awesome. I definitely feel like getting questions from people was great, and I think we're going to definitely do it again. I know we're going to do it again. And so if you saw your question on here, I hope you took a screenshot and told somebody about it. Share it, subscribe it, like it, rate it, send it out to everybody that you know, and tell them where you're watching from today. And so
we want good marriages.
Yeah, we want good marriages. We want good relationships, and
Yes.
That is our plan for this, and we're going to continue to do that, and it's going to be a great time. So thank you again. We love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us. Is there anything you want to say to the camera before we leave? Any last words?
I said it all. I said all I had to say.
You said all you had to say. We love you guys.
I am so proud of my husband, and I love him very much, and he works very hard, and your faith just encourages me every time I see you, because I don't think that I have the faith so much to put things out there without them being perfect, and you just go for it. And if you have an idea, you just do it, and it elevates my faith every time. So any way I can be a part, I'm gonna be right there. I didn't really say that to the camera. I said that to you, but now you want the offstage kiss. Okay, come here. Mwah. There we go.
Good night. Sleep tight. We'll see you guys.
Don't let the two mites bite.
Oh!